In this video, I'm going to show you how to submit expenses for reimbursement through Troop Web Host. If you have the Troop Web Host app on your phone, go ahead and open it. Otherwise, if you're doing this from your desktop computer, or laptop computer, you can go to the Troop's website and bring up the Troop web page. In this example, I'm going to be doing everything from a mobile phone. So go ahead and open up the app, and then select Website. Once the page is open, you're going to want to log on to your Troop Web Host account. In this case, I'm already logged on, but otherwise you would select the Log On in the upper right-hand corner. Then select Menu. Once that's open, select My Stuff. Under My Stuff, then go to My Money, and then select Request Expense Reimbursement. This will take you to the Request Expense Reimbursement page. Here, you'll see your previous expenses that you've submitted for reimbursement, and at the top, you'll have Add New Request button. If you had a lot of expenses that you have previously submitted for reimbursement, there's a search feature. So in this case, I'll select Add a New Request. This now takes us to the Request Expense Reimbursement form. At the top, you'll see a time and date stamp for when this expense was being created and submitted, who it's submitted by. You'll see a checkbox that you can use if this is not related to an event. More on that later. Most of our expenses in Troop 2019 will be related to an event, say a campout. In this case, we're going to submit an expense for the Ventura Camporee. So I'll click on that field, and it'll bring up a drop-down list, and I would select the event that we're submitting an expense for. In this case, Ventura Council Camporee. Give it a description. And then enter your requested amount. Next, you're going to select how you're going to be reimbursed. You can have your Troop Web Host account credited, or you could have a check written. In this case, I'm going to select Credit My Account. Now, you're going to select a family member of whose account you want credited. If you're an adult and you're submitting a receipt for gas reimbursement, as is the example in this case, perhaps maybe you would want to have the reimbursement deposited to your Scouts account if you know you're not going to be driving, say for the next couple events. Otherwise, you can have the reimbursement go straight into your own Troop Web Host account. All members of Troop 2019, both parents and Scouts, have their own Troop 2019 account. Then you're going to upload a picture of your receipt. So here you would then select Choose File. If you've previously taken a picture of your receipt from your phone, you could select your photo library and then select the receipt. However, in this example, I'm going to choose Take Photo. So now it goes right to your camera. And if you have an Apple iPhone, you'll see a little cross in the center. There's a white cross and a yellow cross. Get those crosses to line up, and that will tell you if you're nice and level. Make sure there's good lighting and that you could see the receipt clearly and that it's in focus. Then take your picture. Make sure your picture looks good. If it doesn't, retake it. If not, go ahead and use the photo. Your receipt image has now been uploaded. Please be sure to get also in close to your receipt so that we could see the details much easier. If you have any comments to add to this receipt, you could type it in the comment box. Say, for example, you want to itemize a receipt. You were buying food for your patrol, and maybe mom wanted you to get some milk. Well, what you can do is note on the receipt the milk, circle it, put a P next to it for personal expense, and then subtract that out from the total along with the tax. And then submit the difference for the reimbursement. And you can add those comments here. Mom wanted me to buy milk, so I subtracted it out from the total amount, just to give a little bit more clarity. Please be brief and concise. This will help our treasurer as she goes through and approves expenses. So once you're done, select Save and Exit if you don't have any more receipts to enter. Or if you have another receipt to enter, select Save and add another. For Troop 2019, we don't want receipts to be combined. We want one entry for an expense per receipt. This makes it easier to track our expenses for events, especially if you're submitting receipts for more than one event. Once you hit Save and Exit, then your expense has been submitted for reimbursement, and it will go to our treasurer, who will then approve or deny your request. If your request is denied, it's usually because maybe we can't see the receipt or maybe there wasn't enough information provided. She will provide that information to you from her end of the expense reimbursement process. So if we're submitting an expense that is not related to event, then you would check the box, not event related. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and check it. So you would select this if you're submitting for reimbursement for an item you purchased on behalf of the troop that is not related to an event, say a piece of camping equipment that we may use for future campouts. And again, give it a description, a requested amount, the action on how you want to be reimbursed, either credit your account or write a check, and who is going to receive the reimbursement from your family. Upload your receipt and then add a comment that gives any clarity or explanation for the expense that you're submitting, and then select Save and Exit. Again, in the previous example, this will then be submitted for approval to our treasurer, and once she views them on her end and approves them, then monies will be deposited to your Troop 2019 account immediately for use in future events. If you have any questions, please let Mr. Fleming or Mrs. Wrinkle know, and they'll be happy to help you.